What if your body had a secret window of 4 hours every morning where it could naturally increase the production of vital energy well beyond the rest of the day? Most men would likely ignore this window without even recognizing it. That masculine drive isn't continuously pumped out by your internal rhythm throughout the day. Rather, it surges strongly as soon as you wake up, particularly in the early morning hours when the world is just beginning to light up. Your body is programmed to release a huge surge of the hormone that gives you strength, focus, confidence, and that intense sense of aliveness between about 6 and 10 in the morning. If you miss those hours, the chance will pass until tomorrow. Consider Marcus, a man in his early 60s who used to drag himself out of bed with the impression that the day had already triumphed over him. His drive felt far away, his energy had diminished, and he was concerned that his best years were over. His levels were significantly below what his body should have produced when he eventually had them checked. He characterized his mornings in the same manner as many others. He slept in until 9 or later, he grabbed whatever was quick and high in carbohydrates, he scrolled through his phone, and he might have moved a bit later in the day. That crucial window had closed by the time he became active. The fact is that everything is set up by your body's master clock, that age-old circadian rhythm. It instructs your brain to release the crucial trigger that instructs your body to increase the production of that essential hormone. Between 6 and 8 is when that trigger peaks the most, producing a factory-like surge that is prepared to build what your body needs most. However, the signal comes but finds no support if you avoid movement, eat improperly, or remain in dimly lit areas during those hours. Your energy, recuperation, and inner fire remain smothered as the opportunity passes silently. That's exactly what Marcus was doing, waking up late and giving his body the wrong fuel at the wrong time. Instead of generating power, his system had switched to a low-power mode. The first thing you do when you wake up is where the change begins. During the first hour, go outside, preferably between 6 and 7, and spend at least 15 minutes in direct sunlight. Enter your yard, step out onto a balcony, or simply stand where the sun shines without any shade or glass in your way. Feel the warmth on your arms, back, and chest by pulling up your sleeves and, if you can, opening your shirt. Don't cover your face with a hat or sunglasses. Allow the light to enter completely. This small action has a significant impact. Vitamin D is created when the sun's rays touch your skin. It serves as a building block for that essential hormone. Simultaneously, intense light that enters your eyes goes directly to your brain's control center, causing it to become awake and triggering the release of the messenger that directs production below. That control center remains half asleep, and the entire chain deteriorates for hours in the absence of this morning light cue. Within days of forming this habit, men frequently experience more focused mornings, more stable moods, and a slight but noticeable increase in their general drive. This routine was grudgingly started by a man in his late 60s who initially felt a little silly while standing in his backyard. He reported feeling more alert, thinking more clearly, and having more energy into the afternoon than he had in years by the end of the first week. The wake-up call that his body had been lacking was finally reaching it. Around 7 or 8, after that light has finished its job, go on to the next piece. Eat a targeted breakfast consisting of no more than 30 grams of high-quality protein and 20 grams of healthy fat. Imagine 3 whole eggs, either fried or scrambled, with half of an avocado mashed on top. Alternatively, make a shake with half a banana for smoothness, 30 grams of whey protein, and a generous amount of natural almond butter. Fast, fulfilling, and precisely appropriate for the situation. Protein provides the precise amino acids your body needs at that moment, such as arginine and leucine, which are the building blocks required to effectively assemble the hormone. Cholesterol, the vital starting point for the entire production line, is supplied by the healthy fat. Cholesterol is actually transformed by your body into the energy source for strength and vitality. This meal's exact timing keeps everything in harmony. A sharp insulin response is triggered when you eat too late or consume a lot of simple carbohydrates, such as cereal or toast, which causes the important hormone to drop. By concentrating on protein and fat, you can provide your factory with the fuel it requires at the precise moment when the machinery is operating at its peak efficiency. This method replaced the sugary routine of another man well into his 70s. In just a few weeks, he noticed a sharpening of his mind. Focus held longer, conversations flowed more easily, and he was able to get through the day without the typical mid-morning crash, thanks to that constant energy. The third element is now layered in between 8:30 and 9:30. Just 10 minutes should be dedicated to intense strength training that works large muscle groups. Consider hard bodyweight squats, knee or floor push-ups if necessary, assisted pull-ups, or controlled lifts with moderate weights. Take a minute off in between each of your 3 sets of 10 solid reps. Stop before it goes on for too long, but but keep it intense enough to feel your muscles contract deeply and your breath quicken. More than that can cause negative stress hormone spikes. Growth factors and that crucial hormone itself are sharply and instantly released in response to this outburst of effort. The same movement performed later has much less of an effect because your receptors are most sensitive in the morning. Early training like this helps men develop resilience, muscle tone, and that inner confidence over time. They also frequently experience larger acute spikes. In the third week, Marcus added this component, beginning with push-ups and squats that initially made his legs tremble. He persisted, and his levels nearly doubled by the 6-week mark, according to his follow-up tests. But more than the numbers, he talked about feeling alive again, having more energy during the day, being interested in things again, and having his closest relationships spark again. When everything is put together, the morning flow is smooth. Get up early enough to allow the sun to bathe your skin and eyes between 6 and 6:15. Fuel with eggs and avocado or that protein fat shake between 7 and 7:30. 10 minutes of vigorous movement should come next, between 8:30 and 9:30. The command in the brain is ignited by light. The raw materials come from fat and protein. The output is amplified by explosive effort, synchronized with your own rhythm, generating a compounding synergy every day. The idea remains the same if your schedule changes, such as working nights or waking up later. Make the most of your first 4 hours after waking up. When you begin your day, the clock changes accordingly. The important thing is to avoid wasting that prime time on stillness, bad fuel, or dim rooms. Age has not taken away your vital drive. Usually it simply waits for the appropriate cues to roar back. When men in their 60s and 70s stop fighting biology and begin working with it, they rediscover it, even if they felt resigned. Imagine the difference in 6 weeks. Feeling that quiet confidence return in every interaction, waking up with a purpose, and going about your day with steady power. Your body is capable of doing this. All it needs are the appropriate cues at the appropriate moment. Please write yes in the comments if any of this describes your own mornings. If you intend to try this tomorrow, leave a comment with the word ready. This is about taking back what is naturally yours. No shortcuts, no costly treatments, simply in line with the design of your system. If this gave you a fresh perspective on the future, hit like. Get the next steps in creating long-lasting energy by subscribing. Tell any man who deserves to feel strong again about this. Those initial hours are where your future vitality begins. Make them matter.